February 19th, Thursday. The unprecedented and never repeated answer. Joshua 10 verse 12 to 14. On the day the Lord gave the Amorites over to Israel, Joshua said to the Lord in the presence of Israel, O sun, stand still over Gibeon, O moon, over the valley of Ajalon. Joshua understood clearly what only uniqueness and recreation meant. He challenged towards the unprecedented and never repeated answers when the Amorite army invaded. In times of crises, God prepared unprecedented and never repeated answers. Joseph, who realized only the gospel and world evangelization, was sold as a slave. Later, God made him prime minister. When the Israelites were at the brink of death, Jochebed and Moses were given unprecedented and never repeated answers. Jethro, Joshua, and Caleb, who helped Moses, received this answer. 1. The beginning. Accurately holding onto the covenant and challenging towards the absolute impossible is the start of what's unprecedented and never repeated. During the time when the kings of the Amorites invaded Israel, God told Joshua that all of them were given into his hands and that not one of them would be able to withstand him. Afterward, large hailstones were hurled down to strike the Amorites. Likewise, even if you face dire situations, you can overcome what's absolutely impossible if you hold on to the accurate covenant. 2. The process. When things look completely impossible, you must hold on to God's absolute plan. As night approached and the Israelites were unable to catch up to the escaping Amorite united forces, Joshua called out to the Lord in an urgent prayer. Joshua had already seen God who was with Moses in the wilderness, and more importantly, he had received the promise to enter in Canaan. Like so, nobody can block God's absolute plan. 3. The answer. The absolute answer came. Joshua prayed an authoritative prayer toward the sun and the moon, and the sun stopped until he gained vengeance. Joshua knew God's will and kept praying without giving up. Just as God heard Joshua's prayer that day, there must be a day when he hears your voice as well. Like Moses and Elijah, you too must gain the experience from Mount Horeb. God prepared the unprecedented and never repeated answers when you face the greatest hardships. Even the early church held on to the unprecedented and never repeated word from the Mount of Olives during the greatest time of crisis and carried out world evangelization. Dear God, help me hold on to the important covenant and the unprecedented and never repeated absolute covenant. Although night approaches, help me hold on to the absolute goal. As I pray to you, Lord, help me receive the unprecedented and never repeated answer as I enjoy the absolute answer. In Jesus Christ's name I pray. Amen.